Welcome to Popternative, where we dive into topical discussions from the worlds of pop culture, social media, and sports. Here is your host, Peter Remoliotis, aka PD Beats.
PD Beats here from Popternative is speaking to James Bingham about Swagger on Apple TV Plus. Welcome to the show, man. It's good to see you.
Thank you so much for having me, man. I've seen all your videos and I'm happy to be here.
I'm excited to chat with you. I mean, you play Drew in Apple TV Plus's Swagger. Part of the team Swagger, part of the amazing group that just comes together. I mean, there's so much to love about this show. This is a TV show, James, that tackles so many important issues in one season. What's it like being part of a show that tackles so many things?
Oh man, it is an honor. It is amazing to be part of such a family, on and off set. And I think the cast plays a huge role in, upbringing these characters, these stories, and they all do such an amazing job. But, just being part of it, Reggie Rock Bythewood, the writer and showrunner, he's done an incredible job to write this amazing, 10-hour movie pretty much. And he's done a fabulous job. And, I'm really excited for people to see it. So.
And it's interesting because I've seen the whole thing. Episodes are still rolling out, type thing. You shot it. You've seen it, but like it's kind of hard to do a lot of these interviews because we don't want to like spoil anything. But some of the episodes really do feel like a movie. Like when you watch it.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly right. And I think that's what makes it really an authentic show. Is there's nothing like it before, it is a 10-hour movie, you know what I mean? So
absolutely. So it's crazy, and I'm a big fan of the show. And I've talked to cast members about this. Got a little bit of a tale of two shows here, James, because in one regard it's about basketball, in the other regard it's not about basketball at all.
Oh, at all.
That's an interesting dynamic as well. Did you notice that? Like, when did you notice that when you worked on the show? Like in the script, when did you notice that?
Yeah. I mean, to be honest, like when I was first reading the script and I first got there, pilot, I was like, yo, we're doing the sickest basketball show, man. This is gonna be a sick basketball show. And I didn't realize until I had a meeting with Reggie, right, the showrunner, and he went through his vision for the show. And I was with Caleel, who plays Musa. Shout out to him, man. He's sick. We had a meeting, right? And he went through his vision, and I was sitting there. I was like, this isn't a basketball show. This is about growing up in America, and about all these issues. And that really hit me. I was like, wow, I'm so lucky to be part of this. Like, wow.
Absolutely. It's incredible. And like I said, the episodes are out, so people are going to see it soon. But like, it's such a real show that is going to take you back to the days of the pandemic and everything. And it's just so crazy to see it. You know what I mean? And I know there's certain episodes that you guys saw at the premiere that they showed. What was it like kind of seeing, you know what I'm talking about? Some of these episodes, like episode 7, it's just, it's heavy stuff that just takes you back to some very unfortunate, awful times, dark days. But the self-reflection is insane here.
Man, it's really powerful, and especially watching it back. I mean, like in the premiere, right? We watched episode 7, which is one of the most powerful episodes of the whole series.
Insanity, right? Insane.
Yeah, exactly, and it's amazing. And to see people's reactions, and to see them laugh, to see them cry, to see them go through a whole ride of emotions while watching this, this little movie was, insane. And to see, how much hard work that people actually put into this. Yeah. It was really special. It was really something special. These really powerful moments. So yeah.
You play Drew. I love Drew. Great character. A great loyal friend, there for everyone. Everyone grows throughout the seasons. Drew's growth is amazing in regards to, I feel like he just gets better and better in terms of a good person and a good friend throughout the episodes. Like he's there for everyone. Do you know what I mean by that?
Exactly. And I feel like there's more depth to Drew and people don't realize it, you know what I mean? it gets deeper and deeper, you know.
Because Solomon Irama, who plays Phil, because there's a tie, you know, I don't know, because him and Naeem Raheem, played by Sean Anthony Baker, I mean, I don't know who, like, those are my top, like, those are like, one of those is my favorite character, but I don't know, I love those two characters.
Look, they are two sick characters and two sick people.
So it's interesting because people are going to see it. Because people talk about the Drew and Musa dynamic because they're best friends and everything, right? They bring Chase in, and I get that, right? But and it's important and it's there, but the Drew Phil friendship is incredible. Yes.
Yeah, exactly. And having that friendship has had some powerful moments delivered. You know what I mean? And
so what was that like, kind of working with Solomon in that regard with those scenes and everything?
I mean, Solomon, he really puts a lot of effort and research into, you know, his scenes, and I feel like playing opposite him, it really makes you become better and more powerful and get into, you know, the scene more. And you know, he's a really pleasure to work with, man. So yeah, he's awesome, and he plays a great character, and he's had some really cool moments in episode 106 and 107. You know, he's awesome.
That growth, like, and I talked to him in the interview, his growth, and just from the first episode, just seeing how he's kind of seen as the antagonist, as like the rival against Jace Carson and not a good guy. And it's very interesting how they do it, because you're introduced to you and Musa, who you're gonna be in it because you're like trying to recruit him, and you're you're trying to recruit Jace Carson, right? So but then there's this interesting thing with Phil. Where you're like, what's going on here? Because
he kind of goes to the same school.
And he's a bully, but there's like a little more to this, right?
Exactly. Yeah, definitely. I mean,
you could tell I really like the show, right, James?
Oh man, I'm feeding off your energy, man. It's awesome. So,
you grew up, obviously, you're in Australia now. You grew up in Australia. I'm just curious in regards to, because I've talked to a lot of other Australian storytellers, because that's what you do. You're a storyteller. What were some of kind of the like, what's it like in terms of, you know, growing as a storyteller in Australia? There's a lot of productions that are shooting there as well, but just what's that like a little bit for you?
I mean, you know, comparing Australia to America, industry-wise, I mean, they're quite different. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The cultures on set, the atmospheres. I mean, you learn so much about, you know, where you're from, and just I feel like, you know, your instincts and your authenticity as an actor, off screen and on screen, are really influenced from where you come and the people that surround you. And, you know, being from Australia, it's awesome, you know, because I had to experience my culture and the American culture, and soon to be others, hopefully. So, you know, it's cool.
Now, I can't do spiders, okay? So I have a lot of people that tell me that, like, if you go to like the big cities, if you go to like Melbourne or Sydney, if you're in the city, they're not around. I think they're lying to me. I think they're still around. It's just you get used to them, correct?
Well, yeah, it's a funny story. I mean, snakes and spiders, right? I was about to go back to film the rest of the season, Swagger, and this is about last year sometime. I was walking outside because I live on a bit of a small little farm, right? I was going outside to feed my chickens, right? And I wasn't looking. I was on my phone, barefoot, and I stood up, and there was a snake right here, about to pounce. So I was out there, right? So it would have been a funny story if I got bitten by a snake when I was about to go Swagger.
Oh man!
Yeah.
Oh my goodness! But I get it depends where you're from. But I've spoken to some people that are like from the city. They're like, "Oh, there's spiders everywhere." And I'm like,
"Yeah,
oh."
Yeah." I mean, you know, it's a beautiful place otherwise. So
a lot of amazing. I grew up listening to a lot of different types of music. I listen to a lot of like metal music, like hard rock, heavy metal. There's some amazing bands from Australia of that genre.
Awesome band. Man.
There's a band called Parkway Drive, one of my favorite bands. They're from Australia. They're incredible. There's a lot of bands like that. I just interviewed a band called Chase Atlantic. They're pretty big. They do like pop and a little bit of R&B, and they're huge.
Cool.
There's some amazing art. There's some amazing like musicians from Australia, man. It's awesome.
Definitely, yeah, 100%.
You're all storytellers. What excites you about storytelling specifically, James?
Just really getting in depth to a character. You know what I mean? There's so much to explore, and I don't think you realize it until you take on an opportunity or take on a role, and you just get so in depth with your character, and you really resonate with him. And character is really a big part of storytelling as well. If you can make everything believable and really make your character a real person, then people are gonna believe the stories, and it's gonna make it way more authentic. So
100%. I do find it interesting because you lived it, you shot it, you did Swagger on Apple TV Plus. You guys filmed it, so you knew what to come. I mean, there's some very tough, difficult subject matter in the series, and like you read the scripts, like what's happening, but it's still, I'm sure sometimes it's still kind of like you said at the premiere, you watched episode 7, like know what's gonna happen, and I'm sure it's still rocked to your core, right? But like,
yeah, exactly. I mean, watching it back, I kind of thought that I wouldn't be so really intrigued by it because I know what's gonna happen and whatever. But really, I forgot about everything. I forgot what I was doing on set that day. I forgot about everything, and I watched it, and I got goosebumps for some moments, you know what I mean? Because it's so powerful and you don't realize it, you know what I mean? And watching it back, it's something else, man. So.
Now, I'm going to tell you something honestly, because if you said this, or Solomon said this, or if Ozie said this, Jordan Rice, if anyone else said this to me, they're on the show, so biased. I'm not part of the show. I'm interviewing the cast, okay? This is one of the best TV shows on TV right now. This is one of the most important TV shows on TV. This is just an amazing show that is not just about sports. It's about way more than that. So I'm telling all my viewers they got to watch Swagger because it is just an unbelievable TV show. And it's easily one of my favorite shows on TV right now.
I'm really happy to hear that, man. I'm really happy to hear that.
And you heard it was me. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm saying, it's amazing. Getting back a bit to, like, I have so many questions, and there's so much to talk about.
But, it's cool. I love it.
Drew also has situations where he has to make a lot of tough choices in the show. A lot of characters do. Yeah. Is it overwhelming to prepare to play like a role like Drew, or play a role of someone on Swagger, knowing the subject matter is very heavy and a lot's coming? Like, what's the preparation like for you?
Yeah, I think you acknowledge, how deep and how powerful the scene needs to be, really. And we were lucky enough to have Michelle Shea on set, and she's a wonderful, amazing acting teacher. And she really got so serious with us, and we trained and researched for all these scenes, multiple weeks before, because we realized that it would have such a toll on the audience, and it was such an important part to get right. You know what I mean? So a lot of preparation, a lot of character development and we couldn't have done it without each other, really.
Absolutely.
I mean, we had that awesome connection on set. So yeah.
And very quickly, what was it like working with O'Shea Jackson Jr.?
Oh man. Don't get me started on him, man. He's
Did you know that he's a fan of the Lakers? Not sure if he
no clue. No, I mean, look, he's a mentor on and off set, man. He's so cool. He's awesome, and I'm so lucky to have him as a coach on and off set. So
that's amazing. Yeah. James, thank you so much for coming on Popternative, man. I really enjoyed chatting with you.
I appreciate your time. I have one question for you, though.
Yes, sir.
Your name's Beats?
Yes, it is.
Do you any chance by make beats or produce?
I used to be a drummer. I used to play in bands.
Right. Oh, really? Right.
Yes, that's where it came from. And I did college radio. I was like a radio host. I was DJ PD Beats.
Hey. That's cool, man.
I interviewed Ozie, who's also known as Z Money. We talked music like the whole time because he does some amazing music as well.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Yeah,
which is he's doing some amazing things. That was a really cool interview because we talked that was like 2 interviews because we talked about the Swagger and then we talked about music. which is amazing. So yeah, Swagger on Apple TV Plus. They gotta watch it if they haven't already. It's on Apple TV Plus. Where can people follow you on social media to keep up to date with everything?
My Instagram is JamesBingham. Follow me and I'll keep you updated, man.
Amazing. Well, this has been Popternative, youtube.com/Popternative for previous episodes. Until next time, this is James Bingham, who plays Drew in Swagger on Apple TV Plus, and PD Beats signing off.
Thank you for tuning in to Popternative. Make sure to check out our past episodes of Popternative on YouTube. Be sure to like Popternative on Facebook and follow us on Twitter.
This has been an Autograph Communications production.